Hello Geminis, how are you? This is part 2 of your 2020 preview, okay? My video was cut and I'm not gonna edit it and put it together. Okay, I'm just doing a part 2, okay? So if you did not see part 1, you need to go back and look at part 1 because there are important things in there and I don't want to tell you something and it hits you like a ton of bricks, okay? I need you to go back and look at part 1, so stop the video if you didn't see part 1, okay? Okay, everyone else, okay, you guys, I'm trying to get my subscriber count up to 100, so if you didn't subscribe already, do you mind subscribing now? You can like if you want to like or comment if you want to comment, okay? If you need a personal reading, look down in the description box. The lowest price is $2 in PayPal. It says $10, but I think it's $2, $4, and $10, okay? If you go through the PayPal link. So, okay, 2020 is a year where we may find clarity with certain issues. With you guys, the part 1 will reveal that there's some things that are being let go of in Gemini's life. Geminis need to be spiritually aware, spiritually sound. You guys need to find your direction, okay? Many different, possibly everyone had tumultuous times, and so everybody is finding their truth, finding yourself, getting back to goodness, okay? So you guys need to be seeking spiritual counsel on what direction you need to go in, okay? When it comes to your career and when it comes to your relationship. Okay, so in the part 1 video, we realized that a partner for Gemini may pass away, okay? And if they didn't literally pass away, they're possibly out of your life, okay? So it could have been a toxic relationship where that partner is out of your life, okay? And we'll see that in the cards in a couple minutes, okay? So now I'm ready to start with the cards. Okay. So the last card, there were 2 cards. This was the second to last card, releasing allegiances. So Geminis are possibly single either due to death or just a toxic relationship that fell apart. Okay, the toxic relationship that fell apart is possibly a karmic relationship, and for some reason karmic relationships are not they are not suitable for forward movement. For some reason it's almost like light and darkness can't coexist anymore, and so for some reason, I guess even through the divine, that the partner that was not suitable for you had to be released some way, somehow. And that's possibly why some passed away or why some are just gone, okay? So it's like you're saying, okay, this part of my life is over. Now I have to start something brand new. And so, like I said, you have to walk with God or however you do it. But you have to find your direction. You're using your intuition. And like I said, I can't give you this advice. I can only tell you what the energies are going to be. You have to find your own direction, okay? Okay, so when you release the old partner's energy, you're releasing it, okay? You're bringing it into form in a literal sense, because if you did have to go through the process of having a funeral for your partner in 2020, this card, bring it into form, has to do with basically if you're putting the funeral together, you might have to do paperwork. If you had a will or a life insurance policy, you probably have to call someone and make an appointment, okay? So this card is explaining if you have to find a new job, you're filling out job applications. If you're going back to college, you're filling out applications and or choosing courses, okay? Those are things you're taking action on. Okay. Release the dark wound, let love live. This card is about acknowledging your loss and learning how to put it behind you so that you can move on with your life. Trust yourself is about connecting to the higher power and asking for direction. It's also about looking within yourself and using your intuition to figure out what direction you need to go in career-wise and what direction you need to go in partnership-wise. Some people may not need to find a partner. Some people may need to figure themselves out, okay? And you got to ask for direction in regard to that. Okay, so the next card is free from judgment, free to love. So I'm not sure what each specific Gemini's, what your specific circumstances are, okay? But this is explaining that, I guess for many of you, you're having to find a new love, okay? And so you have to find it within yourself to know that that's the right thing for you, okay? Because your circumstances are all different and I can't answer that for you. But it's just explaining that's a decision you're going to have to make, okay? Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So for the Geminis who have a live-in partner, but the relationship was toxic, it's telling you to relax the hold. They had a strong hold on you. They were trying to keep you down, and they're saying, let that go, okay? Let the darkness go. Leave it alone. Okay, so now that we're done with those cards, those were some strong cards that were explaining this process of change that you're going through as you're releasing your partner. Now, as you're releasing the partner, the people that are around you are probably your friends, your family, your children, okay? So maybe co-workers that are your friends, okay? So in regard to those people, you're spending quality time together because you may not have a partner right now. So it says it is imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in a significant relationship with, listening and talking to each other. Okay? If you had some type of anxiety or some severe issues that you need someone to talk to, some people may need counseling. Okay? But basically, in order to clear your head, you're spending time with friends and family. Some people, they clear their head by doing work. Okay? So, the next card is demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. Okay? And this might be a part of clearing your head. So, if you're so disrupted by the pain that you're going through, you may take up charity work. You may take on a project just to get yourself distracted, just so you can let time pass, because as time passes, the feelings that you're having of pain or loneliness will go away. And it, like I said, it depends on your circumstances, okay? So everybody deals with their loss in their own way. Okay, so the next card is show simple acts of kindness. So a simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Okay, the next card is miracles and blessings, okay? Everything has its gift, but this card is in the reverse. So this was another explanation or another confirmation that some people were still stuck in a relationship that's kind of toxic, okay? Because the opposite of miracles and blessings is stagnancy and curses. So a stagnant relationship is one where there's no love, because I guess the reason why there's no love is because the person was toxic and they didn't intend you any good in the first place. Some people are having multiple relationships and they're projecting their negativities onto the faithful partner. And that's keeping you in a bad situation, okay? And it's making you feel like you're cursed instead of blessed. And then you have to put that before God when you pray, okay? And if you don't pray, however you deal with it, you know. But the point is that some people are maybe still stuck in the bad relationship. And really, technically, if you're with a toxic person, they're treating you badly, possibly because they're with someone else. And so, like I said, you guys have to figure out how to deal with that on your own. I'm just telling you the energies that may be around you, okay? Causing the feelings that you may be going through. Okay, so one more time. This new love card is in the reverse. So some people are still stuck in an old love situation, and you guys have to bring that before God and think within yourself, are you going to stay in that relationship? Are you going to divorce? What are you going to do? Because I know, the honest truth is that marriage should be about love, but for some reason, marriage has been about hate for so many people, and it's so unfortunate. And so the problem is that when you're married, there's a process to divorce, and then if you have children with the person, it gets really, really complicated. So, this I wish that we didn't have to get married until we get rid of all the toxic relationships, and then marriage would make sense, because it's almost like when we marry in vain. Until people choose to be faithful and to do the right thing, it's really, really complicated. So that's just my opinion. Like, I really wish, because marriage is supposed to protect your health, it's supposed to protect your family's solidity, And so it's so unfortunate that a lot of people see marriage as a burden, because temptation is so easy to fall into, okay? So this is sad, and this is just me talking. Let me flip the card over and read it to you. So embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. So because the card was in the reverse, it's almost like you guys are stuck and you may not be able to take on a new opportunity to find love. And so I personally have a conflict, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure, how do you deal with situations where you're stuck in a bad relationship and it's bad on purpose because a person is purposefully making it bad, okay? How do you deal with those type of situations and get yourself and or your children safely out of that situation, when sometimes the authoritative figures, whether it's the court or the child support system, it's almost like sometimes they side with the person who is toxic, okay? So it's almost like if you were to go to a women's group that helps women escape from those type of domestic violence situations or something, it's not like, guys, wow, I could talk a long time about this. I wish that the earth made sense, and I wish that the laws and legal systems that are set up to help people actually helped people, because we live in a time where sometimes the authoritative figures do the wrong thing and hurt the wrong people. And that is something that I cannot explain, and I personally don't appreciate. Okay, so that's a long explanation for this card, but I'm basically saying that, Geminis, you're trying to make a transition. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next card so I don't talk for a long time. Okay, but I really wish the world would be a better place. Like, I wish when we had authoritative institutions and their job is to protect people and to help the family to run smoothly, I wish they would actually do that, instead of, it's almost like sometimes they are tripping up the good person, and that's like such a sin. I mean, it breaks my heart, that people are stuck in bad situations and they don't know how to get out, and the people who are supposed to help them are actually holding them down and preventing them from getting the help they need. It's so sad. So anyway, I'm going to continue to talk. Okay, so like attracts like. If you're longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. Okay, so if you're looking for a new relationship, try to embody the good things that you want to see in a partner. So like, if you want a faithful partner, I guess try to be faithful. Okay, if you want a partner who shows love and wants to hug you and be affectionate, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You guys know what I'm saying, okay? Basically, be what you want to receive, okay? So the next card, rest and relaxation is essential. So we all have a fundamental need to take breaks. So don't forget to rest and I guess have a little play in between all of your hard work. Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So when you're operating in your true self, you can better find the things you're called to do. If you're standing on the wall, being a wallflower, but you're not really being yourself, you might miss an opportunity to do what you're called to do, if that makes sense. So don't be afraid to be who you are. Sometimes people don't see why you're drawn to certain things, and they may talk you away from it, but as long as it's not hurting anyone else, and as long as you're not like doing something evil to hurt people, you know, maybe perhaps you connect with your higher power and then ask them, is this the right thing for me to do? And if you feel like it's the right thing for you to do, maybe you need to make an attempt to it, okay? But like I said, you have to figure that out. Okay, love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as true. So love, it may not be romantic love. It may be the love around your family, around your friends, around your children, okay? But find the peace and the relaxation to be yourself and ask for direction so you can do the right thing for you, okay? So the next card that we have is fear, okay? So fear can be an emotion that you have when you lost something that you got used to, when you lost your routine, when you're used to having a noisy home because there's so many people in your home and all of a sudden you find yourself alone. You know, fear can be a lot of things, like you are not the only person bringing in income in your home and all of a sudden you are the only person bringing in income for your home, you know. So this fear can mean many different things. Some people are afraid to be alone. So the next card here is assessing. So when you find your circumstances change, you're starting to assess, what is it that I need to do to stand strong on my own until I figure all of this out? So that could be changing the name on, paperwork, on important paperwork with certain accounts. It could be figuring out how to make your income pay the bills. It could be a lot of things, okay? So you're assessing to see, how can I succeed with these new circumstances? Patience. So patience means that you may not get what you're trying to accomplish. It may not come to you immediately. Okay, if you want new love, maybe that person is not waiting on your doorstep, okay, within a week or two. You could be beautifully attractive and have a long line of people out your door, but for maybe the majority of you, patience might be what is needed, okay? Because even if you have the long line of men outside your door or women outside your door, you may not be emotionally ready to deal with it, so give that time. The next card is attraction, but it's in the reverse, okay? So if you're in a process of grieving, it may show on your appearance. So people may be able to sense that you're not ready to be in a relationship at the moment. And so that's why you're giving it more time. The next card is action in the reverse. When it comes to relationships, you may not be able to take action now. Even when it comes to a job, I mean, maybe you're just still filling out applications, okay? For some reason, now is not the time for action. Okay, and like I said, this is a 2020 preview, so I don't know what time of the year this is going to be. I don't think you're going to use this video to figure that out. You'll know at what time you can take action versus what time it may not work, you know? So anyway, the next card is sovereignty. So there's a period of time where you're going to have to adjust to being on your own, and that goes without, I think I said everything regarding that. Like, you have to figure out your bills, figure out how to make yourself not feel so lonely, hang around family and friends, figure out how to use your time so you're not feeling the loss so much. Okay, so blossoming, it's in the reverse. Blossoming is like when you're growing as a person. At this point, you could be growing as a person, but maybe in a different way than normal, okay? So it's like you're learning how to be independent instead of blossoming, like going out and being social and just hanging out and having fun. It may be blossoming in a different way, like learning how to better manage your money, how to earn more money, different things like that. It may be normally you are superficial and all of a sudden you start to calm it down a little bit and until you get it together, and then maybe you become your normal self. The next card is release. So you get to a point where you're ready to release the fact that things are no longer the way they used to be, okay? And then you start letting go of the past and being ready to move on to do something new. And so now maybe you can start moving into action, okay? So the next card is balance. So balance is when it's like you want to move into action, but you don't want to go so fast you fall over. Like you ran so fast you just fell over. Don't go too fast and don't go too slow. So if you're going toward work, make sure you take your time and you understand what you need to do. Or, you know, don't take on too many responsibilities, but also don't go so slow that you mess yourself up in the long run. So you have to find that balance. And I don't know if balance is correct when it comes to job. It's probably more personal in your personal life. In this card, she has a cloud over her head. Okay, it's an interesting card. She has the world in her hands with a cloud over her head. Anyway, this card is about balance, okay? Her head is in the clouds, okay? So it means don't be so unrealistic. I think that's what it means. Don't be too unrealistic. And I don't know in what way. You guys have to figure that out. Is that in work? Is it talking about, are you shooting for the stars in work and you're like jumping to try to be the CEO of the company way ahead of time, you know? Or in a relationship, is it that you're trying to reach for something really, really, really up there and it's not your time to I guess get there yet? I don't know. Balance just means don't go too fast, okay? Okay, so the next card is surrender. So, I don't know if you reach to a point where it's almost like you say to God, God, I don't know what to do. I have to give you this situation. I don't know what to do. You know, can you please lead me and show me which way to go? Because I don't want to sit here and worry anymore, you know? So you may reach that point. Okay, the next card is fruition. Okay? And this card is about basically being ready to go out there, find love. Fruition may be that you finally get the call to go into work, okay? So it's the things you have been hoping for finally manifesting themselves. Self-love. I'm not sure how this card fits in here, because it seems like we're going through a process of healing, and this is a lot of stuff that's going on externally from us, but I guess this card is here to say, don't forget about you, okay? I know you have to worry about the bills and loneliness and all that other stuff, but don't forget about you. So don't forget to eat. Don't get to go to bed. I don't know what else you need to do. So, some people need some quiet time to do something they really love, to connect with themselves, okay? So don't forget to take care of yourself, okay? You may have a lot of responsibilities, but you're your own responsibility too, okay? So that energy that I just read to you guys could have been for females and males, because we had an incident in the part 1 Gemini reading where either a main male passed away or a spouse of a masculine passed away, okay? So there could have been a male or a female that passed away in the first part of the reading, okay? So here we have a masculine, okay? This masculine could be the one who lost his wife, okay? And I guess it depends on your sexuality and what the preferences you have. Anyway, so this is the masculine energy. If he lost his wife, I'm going to put this card down. What is he thinking and what does he want? He wants a beginning, okay? It's probably a new beginning because what he had already passed away. So the masculine is ready for a new beginning. Okay. The masculine is about leadership and being protective, okay? But here, protection is in the reverse, okay? Maybe this is showing that he was not protecting his feminine. You see that there's a feminine in the basket? Although the basket's upside down. Okay, the basket is upside down so the feminine can fall out of the basket. I don't know if that makes sense. The masculine was supposed to have protected the feminine. I'm not sure if the incident that happened where there was a widower in the earlier cards that we looked at, could it have been something that the masculine failed to do to protect his feminine? I don't know. But anyway, in this part, it may not be that, okay? I'm going to tell you what it might be. So I'm going to put this down. Protection. Let's think about protection in regard to abundance. Okay? Abundance a lot of times in modern day society is like wealth. Okay? So the masculine card is right here. He's looking for a new beginning. The new beginning could be home. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. And if it is in a relationship or in a home, he needs to protect his abundance. Okay? So if the masculine maybe moved away somewhere, or regardless, he needs to protect his abundance. And what does that mean? That could mean that if he lost his spouse, maybe his spouse was an income earner in the household, and so he needs to maybe get another job to support his household, okay? So that his abundance won't be in danger, okay? Now this card, darkness. What does this card mean? Darkness. Okay, you're releasing things that you healed from, and maybe you're in deep thought, okay? And this is maybe still the masculine. So he's releasing his previous partner. And what else? Let's see. I don't know what he's in deep thought about. Let me give you more cards. There are only a few cards left. Okay? So he's in deep thought about trust. If he did get a new beginning with a new partner, he's trying to figure out, does he trust that person? Because there's a chance that his abundance is in danger if he did get a new partner, okay? So he needs to know whether he trusts that person, yes or no. And that's maybe what the darkness is about. He's trying to figure out, do I trust this new person, or are they going to take from me? Okay, so the masculine is trying to develop trust, but he's also probably thinking about pleasure. So it's like, I want a new beginning because I don't want to be by myself. Okay? And then the last two cards, I guess you might have to figure out what they mean. The purity card. The purity card. He wants someone he can trust who has a pure heart. I don't know if this makes sense, because I don't know what Gemini males want. I don't sit down and talk to certain signs and figure out what's going on in their head, but it seems like this Gemini, this masculine energy during 2020 wants a pure relationship. Maybe the relationship is purely about pleasure. Maybe this is like friends with benefits or something. Maybe he's only thinking about his pleasure. It seems like he wants to trust the person, okay? But then the last card is peace. So the widower who lost his wife, he wants a new beginning. He needs to protect his abundance, and he wants to trust this person. He wants this person to bring him pleasure. He wants them to have a pure heart, I guess, or pure intentions. And he wants the household or the relationship to be peaceful, okay? So I hope that made sense for you guys. If you appreciated me telling you this, please hit the like button or subscribe. Okay? Leave a comment if it resonated for you. Maybe you won't know that until later in the year. Okay? Anyway, you guys take care. Be blessed. Okay? And don't forget to be spiritual in a good way. Okay? Get your direction from your creator. Get your direction from good ways. Good means. Okay? But anyway, find yourself. Be good to yourself, okay? And be good to other people, okay? All right, you guys take care. Bye.